coming in, a loss of a house, I'm sure it's going to exasperate.
You know, it's going to sound strange, John, but I think marriage has always struggled during difficult economic times, and there's absolutely a lot of that pressure out there.
Yeah.
Okay, no doubt about that. But strangely enough, this particular problem is probably keeping people married in unhappy situations because they can't afford to get out.
And they can't sell the house.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, it's everything is always connected to one another in the law, or in it's the web, as we always call it, or we used to call it. The web now is, I guess, a new term. But one of your clients, Pebble Cobb, is a longtime Wadsworth resident, and she agreed to take part in our show today. Can you tell our viewers about her foreclosure story?
Yeah, that was Pebble is a tremendous person. She's disabled. She's been in a wheelchair since she was 13 years old. She and her husband David are hard workers and have never had a lot of money, but they've always paid their bills and met their obligations.
And we've always made our payments to the best of our ability, but I ended up in the hospital, and I'm the primary bill payer. My husband works hard, and I pay the bills. Before we knew it, we got notices that they were going to foreclose on our home. And we came so close to losing everything that we've worked 25 years for, that had it not been for a good attorney, and once you go into foreclosure, you have a hard time getting help. And we thought we had it licked. I mean, we ended up, through the attorneys and through a lot of hard work and exhausting all possibilities, saving the house. Once we thought, this can't happen again. Well, sure enough, not once but 5 times later, I ended up in the hospital. And the reason I say this is not for anyone to feel sorry for us, but just to let you know it can happen to anybody. I was in reasonably good health until last year and got hit suddenly, and the next thing we knew, we were in real trouble. I had a good attorney and good associates, and they were able to save it, but by the skin of our chin. So I can really sympathize with anyone who's going through that. I know many people are, who worked all our lives to have what we have. To lose it would have been devastating. And so I would say to you, if you're looking at that possibility, exhaust every possibility in your county, state, and federal to help you. There is help out there. Get a good attorney.
You know, that's interesting. We're putting a face on it, so to speak, in this particular show. But Pebble really isn't an example of a person that got a loan who really extended herself too far, is she?
Oh, absolutely not. There's, I mean, not to get too deeply into Pebble's business, but there's equity in her house.
So I guess my point about this could very well happen to folks other than this new breed of buyers that have come out that maybe have drawn the numbers up, but foreclosures is spreading all over.
Oh, it could happen. There are, yeah. I mean, there's always been foreclosures. I mean, this isn't the first time there's been foreclosures.
Sure.
And foreclosures happen when people responsibly get a mortgage that they can afford and then lose their job.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course, with jobs being lost left and right, you're going to see an increase in foreclosures. The other kind of foreclosure that I was talking about earlier are the result of just poor lending practices.
Sure. Well,
but that's not Pebble's case. Pebble clearly, had a mortgage that she could pay. They just missed a few payments because she was in the hospital.
But it really happens. And what the judge advised us last week that many of our viewers maybe didn't know is a foreclosure is a lawsuit. You get sued, and for many folks, it's their first encounter with the court system.
Right. And that's absolutely correct.
And
it's very easy for them to make missteps and mistakes because it's their first And first experience with the court system, and also there's a tremendous. I find among my clients is a tremendous misunderstanding about what foreclosure means. I mean, people talk sometimes to me about, well, I'll just have to walk away from the house.
Yeah.
They think that's what a foreclosure is. They walk away from the house, and they lose. They don't have any equity in their house, maybe, or not very much, and that's what they're losing. That's not the case at all. I mean,
well, Pebble, and our viewers will be able to see her as part of the show. I think you know that. Indicated the one bit of advice that she has to anybody to listen to is get an attorney. Mm-hmm. Get legal counsel that could walk you through this. Mm-hmm. And maybe not the case in Pebble's case, but in the case of a lot of our lives, some of us live a lifetime we've never hired an attorney. It's true.
Hopefully not very many.
Well, nonetheless, her message is very strong that was probably the most important thing she did was bring you on.